Good day, good love, good light, illuminators and way showers. Thank you once again. It is an honor, divine grace, and gratitude that we join with you today. I'm Wendy, this is Dave, and in our effort to share with you our day-to-day, how we raise our frequency, how we honor our inner selves, our multidimensionality, how we honor our Native American spirit guides and the knowledge that they've brought to us. And if you guys have been watching us for a little while on Goddess Fridays, one of the things that we were honoring were the gods and the goddesses, and how do we play? How do we have fun with these things as well as taking them seriously and bringing them into our lives? And so part of this video was just impromptu. We haven't really shared some of these things with you, and one of the things we wanted to share with you is our little teepee. So as we were moving it around and cleaning and reassembling, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity for us to take just a few minutes to share with you one of the fun things that we do. And it's not just for fun, but it's also for meditation, healing, accessing my own multidimensionality. I do a lot of channeling in here, a lot of meditating. And so part of all of this is also how we can take fun things, even with our kids, but for ourselves. How do we embrace our inner child? How do we have fun and bring more joy into our lives, more color, sacred geometry? So part of that is part of the message for all of you guys is a part about the sacred geometry of all of this as well. So I don't know if I'll tilt it up just a little bit so you guys can kind of see it, but I'm not exactly sure how tall this is, but when I stand up, I cannot stand up inside of it. So it's basically made for kids, right? Isn't it?
7 foot.
It's 7 foot. So I can't even, I'm a little over 5 foot and I can't stand up inside of it. But I wanted to show you guys what we did with just some things that we had around the house and a couple of things that Dave bought also. And so one of them is this really awesome, just very soft fleece blanket, as you can see, with all of these beautiful decorations on it. And of course, Dave had to wear his colorful headdress. And actually the colors, I'm marveling at how they are just flowing through the same colors as what I'm showing you. So it's kind of interesting how just now I'm seeing even that contrast. So one of the reasons why we and I are doing this as well is because of the way we feel when we're inside of here and the playfulness of it all. And actually, Dave's a big guy, so my legs don't even fit when we stretch our legs out. But it's like only half of our bodies fit in there when we're laying in there. But the point is that it's amazing how many times have we fallen asleep in there, the dreams I've had in there, the meditations, the connections that I have. I'll get up early in the morning and crawl in here and have my coffee. That is if I can keep Ranger out of here. And actually, Ranger loves it so much, my dog Ranger, if you've seen him in some of the videos, he loved it so much we couldn't get him out of it. So one of the reasons why I keep this closed too is to kind of keep him out of there. But Dave decided that Ranger loved it so much he bought one of his own. So he bought an even smaller version for Ranger, and his dog bed fits right inside. And most of the time that is where he sleeps. So he loves that as well, but yet he still loves to crawl inside ours too. It's got a wonderful energy, and that's part of what we wanted to share with you was the geometry, the idea that the teepee itself is 6-sided. So it's in of itself a hexagon. And we talk about 6-sided crystals and how crystals are cut. We also hang crystals up at the top in a little bag and to allow the crystal healing energy. So we really literally call it our healing chamber. And so just this really relatively small token has brought us so much joy and yet expansion in so many ways. And how we've had some serious conversations with even in here, and many times he'll find me here in the teepee. And so I wanted to share with you just a little bit of what I did, and what Dave did. So we have here just a couple of children's mats. And these children's mats also happen to be hexagon shaped, and they're non-grippy, or they're non-skid on the bottom, and they're kind of fuzzy and warm. And so we laid these on the bottom, and then happened to have this big cushion up on top here, our Papazon chair cushion that we saved from a chair that we couldn't use anymore. And so we're piling all of these blankets, and happen to also have all of these wonderful, amazing geometric patterns of cushions and pillows and quilts all around the house. So we pile them all in here, and when you close the door and have the healing crystals, it is an amazing feeling. It's as if, even though you're only halfway covered, but it's a feeling of it gives me the sacred space feeling. And so, but yet also it brings out the inner child, and we have fun in here, and I'll sit in here, as I said before, having tea or coffee, and just enjoying the energy of the space. And oftentimes we calling it the healing chamber. It's if literally, if I'm feeling out of sorts or not feeling well, and even Dave will ask me, are you going in the healing chamber? So it's about creating these little spaces. And even now, where so many people are really confined to home, and ways of enjoying, how to find ways to enjoy time with our kids. So imagine how fun it would be to have reading time in here. Dave and I have been reading books together. It's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun. He's literally reading, and so it's been a way to embrace our inner child. And happy Hanukkah to Hanukkah to all who are celebrating, and as is Dave. And so part of our inner child, and I wanted to show you guys these two. And I don't know what I did with the other one that I wrote on, but Dave a long time ago had bought me these little cards that snap out so that I could actually make my own hexagon shaped oracle cards. So one of them I had written on, and I'll share the message with you guys another time, but it was the day I was inspired to write down, or to do the video, and had the idea about the victim vocabulary, using our victim voice. And so right away they had me write it down on these hexagon cards, and sort of started to show me how to make patterns of readings for people with using the hexagon. So I wanted to share that synchronicity with you as well, that we had already had these, and I had already written down. And then he had also bought the teepee and the whole hexagon idea. And we've been talking about the hexagon shape for a while now. And being that it is, speaking of Hanukkah, that it is the center of the Star of David. When you look at the Merkabah, the two triangles, and bring them together, they become the Star of David. And when you look down the center is the hexagon. And you'll see the hexagon in the beehives. You'll see the symbol for carbon-based beings, correct? Carbon-based molecules. So that idea too of it's a sacred geometric shape, and even just being inside of it. And so much like the power of the pyramid shape. So we've got the power of the pyramid shape, but literally being inside of a hexagon. The energy inside of it because of that, and we've got crystals surrounding us. So we've a lot of these other elements. But I wanted to specifically refer to this idea too of the hexagon, and how powerful this energy is, and how powerful it feels when we're in here. And then even the crystals, the types of crystals that we hang, and the way that they're cut, and many of them are, I think they're six-sided? Six-sided. Mm-hmm. So that lends to that as well, because when you're looking down at the crystal, you see the six sides. So all of these things, and then the geometry of, sorry, I was trying to find it, like the geometry, of the pillows themselves, and just adding to these elements, and even this, I love this one too. So all of these things, even as I sit in there and I'm meditating or holding my coffee, or connecting with my guides, and I'm looking at this geometry, and it literally is activating. And so I wanted to share that with you guys too. And so speaking of Hanukkah, so just for fun. I've never gotten a chance to learn about playing the Dreidel game. And so this was one of the things that Dave just got for me so we can play. And so this is a whole nother element of even the shape of them and the fun of it and the colors and the little trays that you spin them on. I should have here. Would you like to spin one for us in the background? There you go. So he was teaching me the game, and it's got the little money in here, and look how colorful and playful it is. And it's got the little game cards to tell you how to play the game. It's got the little rules, and look at all the colors. And I have to say, oh, this little tray, I love this guy. Look at this guy, you guys. Can you see it? Is it in focus? Probably, I can't tell. It's like, win! And it's like, yeah, win! So, in light of the holidays, for all of you, whatever you're celebrating, it's about color, isn't it? And lights. And Hanukkah, the festival of lights. And how we've talked about that even last year. If you've been watching our channel for a little while, my channel, and if you haven't, you can check us out, check out our videos from last year, talking about a lot of these things and us lighting the candles, talking about the Festival of Lights, talking about its relationship to light language, to the language of light, and how in many ways, the hexagon, the sacred geometry, it's all the language of light. It's as we know that. It is the construction of reality, the blueprint. And we're recreating the whole blueprint for everything now. And part of that includes self-love, self-care, having fun, taking what you have and adding a little bit of your own flavor, your own spice, your own color, and making it something amazing and wonderful. I never would have thought. And really, it just showed up one day. We were kind of talking about it, but the teepee just showed up one day, and it sat right in the middle of the room for a really long time. And believe me, everybody who's looking at it's like, it's almost kind of like, wow, that's really weird. Wow, that is so cool. So, like, who has a teepee in the middle of their living room? So, but it's our space, and it's part of what we wanted to share with you in these videos that we put out, in the hangouts about finding your own joy, living who you are, and combining all these things, taking the energy from the geometry, from the colors, from being from the crystals, and taking all these elements and bringing them together in a way that maybe we've never even thought of before. I never allowed myself even to really do these fun things when I was a kid either. So many people who have chosen light work have maybe not always had the most fun childhood. So this is a way to begin now, and every now is new. Every now is new, and this is one of the things that and I wanted to thank all of you for all of your loving, kind words and comments, and looking for us, telling us how much you miss us and miss me, and all the private sessions. I've still been doing private sessions, so I want to thank all of you who have honored me with private sessions. I too have been going through my own belief systems, working through all of these things, becoming I was just looking at my drum. I forgot. I got a new shamanic drum too that I was going to show you guys in the here sitting in front of the TV, but apparently that's for another video. So, but that's another thing. Receiving a shamanic drum and really listening and finding my voice, listening to my guides, allowing my own voice and my own goddess to guide me and to let go of these limiting fears, limiting belief systems, really working at all of this, and yet playing while we're working at it, and reading books that are expanding to us and exciting, and really just discovering more and more of all that we are, as we've talked about many times in our videos in the Goddess Fridays hangouts. And if you guys haven't had a chance to watch them, if you're new to the channel, if you can catch some of them, we talk a lot about that, about how bringing these artifacts in and props and fun things from videos and movies and heroes, bringing the heroes out in us all, bringing the gods and goddesses out in us all, reminding us of how powerful we are, and reminding us how powerful fun is. And again, with the holidays coming, a lot of the holidays are about that, about play and about fun, about children, about getting on the floor and, opening up the gifts with them, playing, putting things together, taking the time to, Dave's looking for my drum. It's over by the musical instruments, I believe. And so taking the time even to do an impromptu video like this and share this with you guys. And I was going to wait until it was all put together, and I thought, well, what a better time but to show you how I'm putting it together and why I'm putting it together. And as you can see, it's kind of right next to our window out here, and the sun's going down here. We're in Florida here in the United States, so I know it's winter time for most of you, so we get a little glimpse of the trees. Oh, here's my new drum, and I'm excited to paint it soon, sooner rather than later, I hope. But so making music has been another thing that I've been working on and collaborating and doing some playful recordings with, and hoping to do a lot more of that as well with all of you guys and in Hangouts. Oh, so Dave's got the first one that he got for me, and that one is so beautiful too, and it is rosewood and what was the skin? Deerskin. And deerskin happens to be my power animal. So what better time to bring this to all of you now? So thank you, Dave, for the impromptu. So I'm introducing my big, new, beautiful drum. So we've been playing a little bit with some recordings. So here, how about if we do a quick blessing for all of you, wherever and whenever you are. We love you so much, and we are so appreciative and grateful for the time you spend with us, how you allow me to bring more and more out of who I am just by being you, and how you do that for another. And remember, as the Emissaries of the Light came to me and said, you are Ileana, the reflection of God. You are the first reflection of Source. And you are here, all of you, and me, to remind each and every one of you and ourselves that we are the reflections of Source. We are the dreams of God. We are all that is experiencing itself through all of you and all of us. So blessings to all of you. And I think we'll just close it out with a Shamanic Drum blessing ceremony for all of you. And thank you, Dave, for always bringing out the colors in me and allowing me to be whoever and however I am and whenever and however I am. And I thank you for that. And thank you for being so colorful with me and joining my journey and helping me sing my song and beat my own drum and walk to the beat of my own drum, and helping all of you guys do the same. So thank you. Mikarioso niti nalihala, Mishedo koniara sinalo sopoko, Mishe tiakoa nalahala, Mishedo konaya sopala kotaya hisete, Nomela kodeva shanoso, Mahana, mahala no perakote. Masha, 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 masha halaka. Mashiva tavelo tamalakote. Somola miana kikote. Mitaviano miado, miarokoshe nahala. Maso masapotore kalahala. Matama nama yako balake mise mianamala. Matu hayashonose salukumare. Makiano wa helekera somoto yashanaso yashanopaya. Etea mala tiaso. Maya maliketea somaha loko. Mise masamaso kayamate. Misea isete somodokuwa sonosho. Miselako nahalaleama. Mia nu aya kaya hea kunaya. Maya la kai maya te halalunaya hi. Mia kanaya. Misatea. Mitea si nakalahia naketokora shonoso. Mete mato me halakea sanasatu. Me hayosho no koparo somosorio somosho. Maka ashanaso tomialeako. Miatovekea to mahala. Me ma sanoso. Senosho kariaso sanahala. Me toresi somotore veshanaha esopo. Pasana soto kayashato. Mitavehe no meato varakia sono biaro. Miato via miato. Miato kayanata. Mitaya sono sobetea tiakoya. Mishono so siakali deve. Yanakoya. Mia foso somatore yasha. And we honor the hearts that beat within you. Niakolake sanase. Diakwese samasetea koyata. For it is the heartbeat of Source. Niakola. Naka. Mahala. Namaste. Kyato. Miyashati.